It's almost over. It's almost over. 2020's almost over. What's up, flock? Pixel here. Welcome to the year end. I guess you can call it a mod spotlight. I don't know what to call this. It's the year end. Feenix is favorites. Let's table that. We'll just be like mod spotlight. Feenix's favorites. Now, it's not going to be your typical mod spotlight because I'm not going to leave the mods linked down in the description. I'm just going to tell you what my favorite mods are. They're all been featured in mod spotlights throughout the year, so you guys can go back and watch if you're looking for a certain one. But all these mods are mods that I've covered in 2020, and I want to tell you guys my favorite, because I get asked all the time, which one's your favorite mod? So I broke them down pretty much into categories, not these categories. So like the cars are my pickup trucks mods, my favorite pickup trucks mods. I included cotton and harvesters in a harvesting category. I did the tractors, the small, medium, large tractors. I did my favorite of each in the tractors category. Same with semis. I did all the semis in the semi category. Forestry and mowing got combined into one. You know, trailers kind of got combined all in one. There's not going to be one for each category. I'm just telling you my favorite mods from throughout the year. All right, it's like Placeables got placed into one. Now these, everybody's going to be like, well, such and such had a better mod. I understand that. These are my favorite mods though. Like each of them have like some sort of joys that they bring me, whether it be like a past memory, whether it be a certain setup, what have you. These are the mods I enjoy. They're my favorites. So keep that in mind as you're watching this video, and let's get started. Alright, our first category, map. Now there's a ton of maps that are amazing and beautiful and wonderful. And I'm going to come out and admit that there are a couple of maps that I actually enjoy playing on more than this map. I chose this map simply because it's probably one of my favorite with regards to like maps that I really like I've been there and it really reminds me of this place. I feel like that's the reason why I chose this map. I've played on it for a while. We played on it in multiplayer for a while. I really do enjoy it, but it's like not on the same level of detail of like a what's that? No Creek or River Creek, the one that's based in Missouri. I can't even remember the name of it. It's not on that level with detail, but I have personally, one of my favorite places to visit is Pennsylvania. My family and I have taken many vacations up to Lancaster County. I know that's not Bucks County, but when I'm driving down the roads in this map, it reminds me a lot of Pennsylvania. So that's for that reason alone, I'm going to pick Bucks County as my favorite map of 2020. You know, everybody can say, hey, no, this map was better. This map was better. Flint Hills is better. All that. You're entitled to your opinion, but for me, being just absolutely loving the absolutely loving the state of Pennsylvania. This puts me so much like it feels so much like Pennsylvania that I honestly I choose this one. This is my favorite. So there you go. All right, let's do a harvesting section. So for me, harvesting, I have two favorite mods. One's gonna be the John Deere. I'm redeeming myself for what's gonna happen in the tractor section. We have the John Deere 700 series combine from, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it's this one right here. Can we put stickers on it? Because I believe they have. No. Okay. I don't know the modder's name. I don't know. You can definitely find it on Mod Hub. But this tractor, this combine has so many different options, and it's got the grain tank extensions. I absolutely love it. You can just make it your own. And for me, being from where I live in a small town in Delaware, and John Deere is king around here. and I seen a bunch of these in the field, so I had to go John Deere. It was a John Deere, and this combine we use. This is the only combine I think we use in the server. I actually know Tyler recently switched to Case, but for me, this is the only one I use. It's all you'll ever need. Next up, we have a cotton harvest mod. So I've seen this before, and I don't know how, because they don't have cotton around here, so I don't know how it's actually harvested. I chose to include this one in my favorite harvesting mods because I do really enjoy switching up how cotton's harvested. So the way this process works is you harvest cotton and it fills the tank here. So instead of it just being baled automatically, it fills the tank. You empty your tank in here. This is your your grain cart, for the lack of knowing a better word. So you dump your cotton in here, and then you take your cotton over to this baler here, and then you dump it in, and it packs it down and makes a bale for you. So it adds a step to the whole cotton harvesting process, and I enjoy that. I enjoy when it's just not automatic. I like to add some steps to it, and to me, it adds a little bit more fun to the game for me. So I chose the cotton mod here for one of my favorites in harvesting. Tractors. Okay, so now I know what you guys are thinking. The Gator is not a tractor. I think it might be even listed under cars. Let me double check this. Is it listed? Yeah, it's technically listed under cars. I'm considering it a tractor, a small tractor, because you can actually use it as a small tractor. You can put the 3-point attacher on the back. It's even got a hitch, so you can pull around small stuff with it. So I'm considering it a small tractor because, I make the rules here. Anyway, I didn't have a small tractor, so I'm using it in place of small tractor because we have a medium and large tractor, and I need some sort of green here because I'm a John Deere fan. I live in John Deere, a part of John Deere country. So yeah. But no, the John Deere Gator. Ever since I started playing Farm Sim, when I think Gator, it goes this Gator. I remember when these things first became popular, and to this day, this is what you see running around like the fairgrounds. You don't see the newer Gators. Matter of fact, I just recently, within like the past, like in 2019, we're talking about this recent 2019, I started seeing the new style Gators that's mainly used around here for like police departments and fire departments. My fire department actually still uses a single axle, rear axle Gator like this for their Gator. So when I think Gator, it immediately goes to this style Gator, and I've wanted one of these ever since I started playing this game in Farm Sim 13, and to finally have it is amazing. And actually, I think this one is also available for console. It's from Black Sheep Modding, I believe, and it comes with so many beds. You have the dump bed, you have the flat bed, you have the bed that you can put a 3-point attacher to. It is a nice little utility vehicle, and I'm substituting it for a small tractor here. Next up, we have the medium tractor. I don't know if this came out this year or not. I think I found it this year, if that counts. It's just a great medium-sized tractor. It does fall under the medium tractor category. Let's take it here. As you can see here, I love the look of it. It is hello Gator. It is just a solid tractor. It doesn't have many options. I think you can put duals on it, and that's about it. But it has a decent horsepower, and you can basically use it practically for anything. So I really do love this tractor, and I had to include it, even if it is from last year. I think I found it this year, so it counts. Next up, we probably have my favorite tractor, and you guys are like, what? I thought you loved John Deere's. I do love John Deere's, but these mods are amazing, especially this. This is probably my favorite tractor in the game of all time, and that's saying something because it's red, and I even feel kind of cringy saying it. I just feel like I need to go take a shower. But this case, I believe it's from Carl Farms. It's available on ModHub. Is by far, it has more options than I've seen on anything. Like you can completely change the color. You can put tracks on it and all that, and it just is so amazing in the field. Like when you're plowing, when you're cultivating, when you're planting, this is a must-have on your farm, especially for those of you who are Case International fans. This right here will not let you down. It won't. It is an amazing tractor, and I highly recommend it for anyone looking for a big tractor to put in their fields. Boom. It has so many options. You can change it up so much. Like let's just look at it. Let's look at it for a second. We gotta find it right here. Look at this thing. You can make it. You can make it the Steiger green. You can make it black. You can do the anniversary one. You have all the different tire brands. You get the different wheel setups. Like, oh my! You could be here all day customizing this thing. So at the end of the day, I am a huge John Deere fan. The K Steiger takes the cake for me. So there's that. Alright, now on to mowers and forestry. I included both of them because there's not like a ton of each to do, so I figured I would just combine them. First up for mowers, since I don't really use a lot of mowers, I basically stick to the mowers that I've used for a relatively long time. When I am mowing in the server and everything. So I chose probably the most unique mowers that come out, and that's going to be the zero-turn mowers that came out. Again, I believe these are for console and or PC and console. The Jack Moose mowers. Not only did it come in the mowers, but it also came with the trailers to haul them around and everything. Actually, they might have been separate. Don't quote me on that. But they were released at the same time. You had the different trailers, and then you have the 3 different mowers. We're talking about mowers, so we're going to talk about the mowers here. And each mower has its different options. So the mulch it just cuts the grass. It doesn't leave anything behind. I believe, yeah. The mulcher just cuts the grass. It doesn't leave anything behind. Basically, if you just want to cut without having, like if you want to like mow around your house, or like in the back of shop, you don't want to have to come back and pick it up afterwards, and you don't want to have the bag. You go with the mulch it. It just simply cuts it. And then we have the bag it, which you can it has a bag on it, and you can. Or a bag to cut that comes with it, and you put the bag on it. It picks up the grass. You dump it out when you're done. Bada bang, bada boom. So if you want to be realistic, you don't want to just cut it and it disappear. You want to be realistic, and then you have to collect it. You would go with the bag it, and you just have to find somewhere to dump it and pick it up and all that jazz. If you want to mow it, just drop the grass behind you. You have the mow it. It's that simple. Like, they are that simple. They're unique in the fact that we've had zero-turn mowers in Farm Sim before, but with that they do come with problems. These are relatively, they're good enough for consoles, so I figured that they're relatively error-free, and they do have some options. And like I said, they are accompanied by awesome trailers that you can load them into and all that jazz. So we'll go with that. And this one might be for console too. I'm not sure. We have the T-Rex 600 here, which is by far a must-have if you're like me and you don't want to use those stupid tree stump grinders that come in game. This not only will it just cut, like grind up the stumps, but it will cut down the whole tree, clear it. It doesn't give you any like sawdust or anything for grinding up the tree. It's like a tree deleter, and it's a must-have, especially when you got maps that have trees along fields that like your combines and your planters get hung up on. You just whip this thing out and just right through. Especially with the new update. This is the new updated one. Just got updated not that long ago. and it will literally just, I mean, it's like zoom, 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 zoom. We'll just delete those trees in a heartbeat. So for me, I don't use it. I try it when we're cutting down trees. I try not to use it as a tree deleter. A stump deleter, and this is a must-have in my opinion, because it makes logging so much easier. So the Lizard T-Rex 600 is worth it. So now we did placeables. I wanted to include it's just like an mod that adds to the game. I don't know what category to actually title. I'm pretty sure by the time I go to edit this video, I have one. But this mod adds so much more gameplay, I guess, to the game. To me, it's a must-have. We are talking about the honey mod. The honey mod, there we go. So you would put honeycombs in here, and then you put bees in here, and the bees make honey. You take the honeycomb out, you put it in a separator, it separates the honey out, and then you put it in a bucket, and then you bottle it, and then you sell it. You guys watched the farming live streams, you guys would know that, like, especially if you have a lot of bees, it's quite a long process, and I actually enjoyed it. Like, it's not like just kind of like like farming, like plant, grow, harvest, cultivate, plant. Like, it's not like that. Like, you actually have to stay on your toes. You got to be empty, and you have to pay attention to your hives, and then you have to bottle it, and you have to take it by bucket over. It's very entertaining. I highly recommend it. If you're getting a little bit bored with just constantly farming, you kind of want a side hustle, highly recommend the honey mod. Alright, let's do placeables. Now, placeables, I didn't do a favorite for each placeable category. I just did my favorite placeables overall. So there's not going to be one for each category. For shops, I did choose this bad Leapboard brown here. What? Let me in. Here we go. The Millennial Farm sheds are probably my favorite sheds, equipment sheds that have popped up. They are amazing. I'm so glad they decided to release those as like a solo download instead of having to be a part of the map, because the level of detail in these shops is amazing. You got so much here. Like, I mean, you even got like a little closet here. You got, Harry Potter's room or Tyler's room. Then you have the kitchen. I think in here's an office. Like, I mean, there's so much detail to it, and I absolutely love it. And plus, it's big, and you can fit, like, I have like 2 combines. Actually, I think I have 3 combines in a spreader in our multiplayer world. So yeah, it's definitely a big shop. Yeah, all the doors work, the lights work. Like, this is like my dream shop. I just kind of want one of these in my backyard. Moving on to I guess auto shop. I don't know what you want to call it. I chose the auto shop. By the way, the Millennial Farm buildings are available on ModHub. Over here we have a shop from OK Used Mods, which you can find on Facebook in their mod-network profile. I chose this one. It's a rusted out turd, but it reminds me of my best friend's dad's shop. His dad had a shop out in their backyard. That's who did all my work. He had 2 lifts and just random junk in the third stall. It had 3 bays, and the last bay just had random junk in it. Like, oh no, it was the first one. The first one had random junk in it. Like, they just, anything they found that they wanted to park in there, just throw it in there. And then he had 2 bays to actually work on cars, even though it was only technically 1, because usually the third one was taken up by my best friend's project, like his tractor, and then he had his Grand National he was working on. Then he has dad's Grand National he was working on. But it just, to me, it reminds me of his shop, and that's why I chose it, because it kind of, like I explained in my intro, these mods aren't like oh my god, you gotta have. They're my favorites. They're my favorites because they bring up memories, or they bring up or they remind me of what I see around here. And this remind me of something from my high school days. So that's why I chose it. Not lastly. This one we're gonna include in the Placeables. It's technically it's like a whole we'll leave it. We'll leave it. The last placeable we have is this house from Elk Mountain Ranch. This farmhouse is absolutely awesome. Now I did customize mine. That's what's great about it, is you have all the textures. You can go in there and customize whatever you want, whatever you want to throw in there. So I threw some of my actual photography. These two pictures here are pictures I actually have taken for my emergency Instagram. We have like Supernatural. We have Ghost. We have a Ghost picture there as well. And magazines. This picture over here was taken by a cop that's in my hometown and of his car, and I absolutely love that. We have some Bob Ross. We have I forgot. That's just weird to have sitting on your toe. We have some Al Swearingen in the house over here in the bathroom. And here we have Whoop Whoop Kid. I'm not going to take in the office. We have some Stone Cold out here, Hell on Wheels, stuff I was watching at the time when I made this. Upstairs, we got some John Skirty from Rescue Me. We have Team Extreme. What's in here? Oh, there's nothing in here. I think in this bathroom is the same thing in this bathroom. Oh no, we have Mandy Rose and Otis up in here, and then up in here we have the Elite, and we have Alice Chalmers Tractor poster. So yeah, there was this thing is awesome. Like the TV even comes on and all that. It is probably like the nicest house that's ever come out for any farm sim game. So it's hard not to include it in your favorites. So there's my favorite placeables. Next up, we have trailers, and I was gonna do like all the trailers individually, like pickup trailers, semi-trailers, fun trailers. Figured to pick my favorite from each and just do a big trailers category. Now, 2 of them can be found in trailers. 1 of them can be found, I think, in the miscellaneous or fun or whatever it's called. Miscellaneous. There you go. Category. I'm not sure, but these are my favorites. So first up, let's do fun trailer. Fun trailer is gonna be the camper. I grew up going camping in a camper. A lot of people are going to be like, camping in a camper is not real camping. I don't care. That's how we did it when I was growing up. Yes, I did the whole tent thing as well. I was in the Boy Scouts, for God's sakes. Not only that, my family did a lot of camping in tents prior to getting a camper. But once my dad got the camper, he never looked back. He could afford it. He was going to go camping in style. And, the air conditioning in the middle of summer when camping came in clutch, just saying, especially when you have an asthma and the humid weather setting it up. Anyway, I love me a camper, and this is probably the coolest camper. It does not have the logos on it. That sucks, but you can load stuff up in here and haul it around, which is cool. The door opens on and comes out. I love all that, so that's my favorite fun trailer. Next up is pickup trailers. I absolutely love this trailer. There's nothing wrong with it to me. You can actually get the extension. You can actually get the extension to ramps, and you can use this as to haul your skid steers and stuff around in. It doesn't have a ton of options, but it does have options where you can customize it, kind of make your own. You can do custom tarp colors. You got different wheel options, and you have the extension option, all that. You can even make this a bumper pull instead of a gooseneck, and I absolutely love it. And I think this is also available for console, which is another huge plus. I think this might be for console too. Don't quote me on that. That might be for console too. I'm not sure. And I think all 3 of these are actually available for console. I could be wrong. I know a variant of the last one is. This one for sure. This one I don't know. This one I know there's at least a variant for it. But yeah, it's a nice utility trailer. I like it, or landscaping trailer, whatever you want to call it. I call it a utility trailer. It works good. You can haul practically anything. You can throw bales in there. You can haul grain in there, all that. So it's an amazing trailer. And lastly, we're gonna have these. I guess they're called West End dumps. Hold on, let me double check on that. Let me double check on that. Is it the West End dumps? I got so many trailers. Yeah, the EP end dumps. You get the 22, the 40, and 48. They are all they're all in the same pack. I believe it even comes with a dolly, so you can pull one behind the other. Let me double check on these back ones. I think the long ones have, or maybe it's an option. Let's go look. I believe it's an option. And I mean, they have all kinds of different options as well when it comes to wheels. You can see here, you can have up to 8 axles on it. Like, it's crazy. And extra lights, cover, extension. You can even use it as a log trailer. Like, what more do you want? There you go, attachers. All right. So yeah, and I believe it comes with a dolly as well. Yeah. So it is. I mean, everything you need. Like, what more do you want? You have all your different options. You have the smaller ones. You have the medium one. You have the large one. I absolutely love these, and the fact that you can customize it. You can go full Brandon and put 8 axles on the big one. Like, what more do you need? 8 axles on your trailer, 6 on your truck. You're good to go. You're good to go. No, I really do enjoy these trailers, and it's just something different than the usual. There's in the farm sim community, you get a bunch of the same trailers just recycled. Someone just puts a different graphic on it and calls it something else, and these are definitely unique. And even though we've gotten like end dumps before, they were 6 axle, you couldn't change the axles. You can make this just 2 axles. You can make it 8 axles, whatever floats your boat. So I really do enjoy those. All right, now for the trucks category. This category right here. Again, you guys know me. I love my semi trucks. I can't just choose just one, so I picked my favorite 4. And as you guys can tell, my new favorite is in here. So I'm glad I did that mod spotlight on Wednesday. Let's start off with the Peterbilt. The Peterbilt, I think it's a 359. It's come with like 3 different options. You had your what was it, slammed, so it was a lowered truck. Then you had your tri-drive, which I don't recommend the tri-drive. I've recently discovered that if you drive it into a certain like area, it just kind of like launches backwards. So I don't know what causes that, but you know, it is what it is. We have an excellent interior. I love this color, and I promise I didn't paint it pink to make fun of it. I actually do really like this color. It's like Zazzberry or something like that. I really do like this coloring. So for those of you who hate when I color stuff pink, I'm sorry. It just looks so good. I really do really like this color. So hate is gonna hate. But I do like the dual axle, and I love throwing a sleeper on it. It's a nice looking truck. What more can I say? Next up, we had to include the TLX 9000. I absolutely love this. I've grown to be enjoy cab overs more. I used to just I hated cab overs, but I've grown to love them more. But unfortunately, there's not many cab overs that do come out for farm sim. Unfortunately, we need more. 2020, let's make cab overs great again. Am I right? What's that? Make cab overs great again. Mega. There we go. YouTube, I didn't say MAGA. Please don't. Oh crap! I just said. Please don't demonetize me. Let's make cab overs great again, though. I absolutely love this truck. There is some things I would love to see changed with it, but for a cab over, this is your best option in game, and it's for console too. So that's always a huge plus. And I heard that there's going to be more things added to it, which, oh my goodness. Next up, we have the Freightliner. Before I butcher this, let's just look it up real quick. The Freightliner FLC 112. To me, I love this truck, using it in farming, because it is when I think farming, that's what I think. Here in slower, lower Delaware, you see a lot of old Freightliners out in the field. You don't see a ton of Peterbilts. You don't see a ton of Kenworths. You see a lot of old Freightliners. So when I think farm truck, this is immediately where my brain goes. So that's why I love this truck so much. It has great sounds. It looks great. I get the guy, the Whiskey Sierra Modding, I think it's what his name's called. You can't. Oh, I forgot to include. This can be found on ModHub. This can be found on the Giants in-game section. This can be found on ModHub, or I don't know if it's on ModHub anymore, but you can find it in the Whiskey Sierra modding page, and then this one can be found in the Expendables group, I believe. Before I forget. It's also in the most recent spotlight if you can't find it. But I absolutely adore this truck, and everything that like Whiskey Sierra modding puts out. I feel like they just keep getting better and better, and I can't wait to see what else comes, because this truck is beautiful. And his most recent release, which was this T660, is I love the sounds on that truck. He has like some of the best sounding trucks, hands down. So absolutely love this truck, and it is by far probably my second favorite. And the first favorite, I gotta go with the T800. You guys know me, I love my T800s. And when I put this in game and tested it out, I was like, holy crap, there's so many options, and me really love this truck. I'm a huge fan of the T800 simply because it's the only truck I've ever actually driven. So when I see T800, I immediately fall in love, and I fell head over heels in love with this thing and all the options. It is great. It is by far my favorite of 2020. But for a grouping, we have 4 favorites, but definitely my favorite. These are my other children. This is my favorite child. Alright, so let's go to our cars category. I say cars, they're all pickup trucks, but they're in the cars category, and one from the OK Used Mods category, but we'll get to that. So the first one I had to include, you guys can see I can't just pick one. There's so many amazing trucks out, I can't just pick one. I had to pick my top 5. Don't mind that sound, it's starting to get annoying. But I first went with the Ford, I think it's a F250. It could be a 350. I'm not sure. It says F350. I'll explain that in a bit. I absolutely love this truck. The only way this truck to me could have been better if it was an extended cab, because that's what my dad drives. Is the first like OBS Ford we've gotten that has the 2-tone option. So I do absolutely love this truck. I know there's another one out that supposedly you can make an F250 and F350 and all that. But I haven't tested it yet, so I found this one. I'm not sure who it's from. If it's like, I get them all confused because there's one that's like Roro custom modding, and there's like retro modding and all. I don't know which one it came from. Don't quote me on that, but you can find it on ModHub. You won't be able to find it like this. I did some customization to mine. When you get it, it comes with Cummins sound engines and the Cummins logo on the side. I replaced them with F350 logos because those are the only ones I could find, and I put a Power Joke sound back in the truck, simply because to me it's a Power Joke. So I like it just the way it is. I don't need a Cummins swap, so I put the Power Joke sounds back on it, and I absolutely love this truck. I absolutely just love this truck. Now, moving on. Now, my dad has the 96 Ford F250, but when I think Ford, as much as I love this body style, when I think Ford, I think of this body style Ford. And the reason for that is because I had numerous toys with this body style Ford. I had a bunch of John Deere trucks that were all F250 or F250s, F350s. This body style was, I had crew cabs, I had regular cabs, it's a John Deere on the side. I even had a case one. No, the case was a GMC. But when I think, I even had a Bill Elliott. You remember when he drove the McDonald's car? For those old school NASCAR fans, you remember he drove the number 94 McDonald's car? I was a huge Bill Elliott fan. I even had a Bill Elliott pickup truck with his paint scheme on the side in this buy style truck. So when I think Ford pickups, I think of this buy style, and this mod, it's available in the Expendables group. They just knocked it out of the park. I absolutely love this. You not only can you have the dually, I prefer the dually, but you can do the single rear axle as well, or single rear wheel as well. But yeah, this truck is absolutely awesome. They nailed it. The only problem is the back wheels kind of float above the ground a little bit, I believe. Not sure, but freaking love it. Moving on to number 3, we have, I don't know if this one came out in 2020. I think the group started in 2020, so I think it technically came out in 2020. I don't know. I don't remember. But I am absolutely in love with this little thing. And it's simple. There's no options to it. The only options is the hitch, so you can put like a gooseneck on this. I didn't go with the gooseneck. I like it with just the hitch. But it's just simple, and it looks so good. I really do enjoy this truck. It's an old Chevy, and just they threw a flatbed on it, and I really do like this pickup. It's not even, I guess technically not a pickup. I guess technically, I don't know. But I figured I'd throw it in here because people do drive like F650s and stuff like that, the Kodiaks with pickup beds on them, so I figured why not just throw it in the cars, because it doesn't fit the semi category, so we went with it in the cars category, and I do really enjoyed this truck. Moving on, we have I think it's from Carl Farms. It's on ModHub, modhub.us. When I say ModHub, I talk about modhub.us. This Chevy 1500 is just it is like the gold standard when it comes to options. You can practically change everything, and each different trim level, like you can have currently have the high country trim. You can have a ton of different trim levels, and each one has on point with what that trim offers in real life. You have a ton of wheel options. You even have service options, so you can put like seed and fertilizer in the back here. This truck just kind of does it all, and I absolutely do love this truck. A lot of red, I've just noticed. And lastly, we gotta include the the F350. It just recently come out. I really do love this truck. It is you can make it the single rear wheel as we got here, which I usually run it. I don't know. I have in the servers I have the Dodge and the old Chevy with the flatbeds on them. I don't know, for work trucks. For some reason I just like to look at a flatbed, and for I don't know how to put it. It's a high country. So it's like a luxury truck, if that makes any sense. But this thing has so many options when it comes to wheels. You have the bed options and all that. It is a wonderful truck, and I highly recommend it. So these are my 5 favorite pickups or cars category that came out in 2020.